I got married to my husband when I was 19 years old. Before the wedding, my parents warned me. They said, think about it very well. But I did not listen because he was a pastor. He promised to love me, take care of me, and build a godly home. I believed I found the man God chose for me. Then after the wedding, after when we got married, things changed. He kept telling me, you are the mommy GO. You must welcome everybody. You can't be chasing people away. So I opened my home to everyone, especially members of the church. But after some time, I noticed something. Most of the people always around my husband were young, single ladies. Whenever I complained, he would say something like, you are insecure. They are just church members. So I kept quiet. At that time, I was working as a nurse. Sometimes I worked day shift, sometimes night shift. One day, my housemaid said something that changed everything. She said to me, Madam, if it's possible, stop going for night duty. And I asked her why. She said, whenever you are at work, some of the sisters from the church come here, sleep over. I don't know what they do with Oga, but it doesn't look like right. At first, I did not believe her. I even defended my husband. I said he's a pastor. He can't do that. He can't do anything bad, especially with his church members. But the warning stayed in my mind. I started paying attention. I watched how he related with some of those ladies. Sometimes, in fact, something still did not feel right. So one day, I did something I never thought I would do. I checked his phone. I gained access to his WhatsApp and some of his social media accounts. What I found broke me. The messages, the pictures, the conversations. One after another, different women. Some of them were the same sisters who called me Mommy Gio. I confronted him. Yes, I did. I expected him to deny it or at least apologize. Instead, he looked at me and said, stay out of my personal life. That was when, or let me say, that was the moment I realized I wasn't living in a marriage. I was living in a deception. I had stayed because I believe things would change. I had stayed because I believe marriage must be endured. I had stayed because I was afraid of what people would say. But one day I asked myself, if I could like if I continue like this, what will become of me? I was no longer thinking only about betrayal. I was thinking about my health, my future, my life. That was when I made the hardest decision of my life. I walked away. Yes, I did. Today, the people, or let me say, when people ask me what I learned, I tell them this. Never marry someone because of their title. Not because they are pastor, not because they are leader, not because everyone speaks well of them. Watch their character because their character, or let me say, because their title can be given to anyone, or let me say, the title can be given to anyone, but character is reviewed by how a person lives when nobody's watching.